So you take your authentication token, go into the cloud configuration part or screen, click on the authentication token here, enter it, and hit OK. Once you've done that, you want to go to your sensor view. Click here. You go to push the cloud. Click on push the cloud. And now, if everything's set up correctly, you'll start pushing data to the IoT platform. You want to go back to the IoT platform. You're going to want to go to your device. Select it. We'll look at recent events. And what you should be able to see is that the sensor is sending data, and you'll be able to look at the payload, and here you go. So you just successfully have set up your sensor, set up your IoT platform, and you're aggregating the data. So our next step is to actually send it into DB2. So let's start there. You're going to want to open your application. Okay, so now you want to go back to the script that's titled Talk to Your Sensor -db node-red.txt. Copy the JSON. Open your Node-RED editor. Go to import, go to clipboard, paste, and import it. Now I've already imported it, and so you'll see it right there. The other thing that you're going to want to do, you're going to need to import or install rather the -db nodes. So if we scroll down, I already have them installed here. You see these nodes, but normally when you go in and you create a Node-RED application, they're not there. So for you to install them, what you will need to do is go into Manage Palette, you go into Install, search for -db, you'll find it. As you can see, it's already installed. Just a note of warning, the nodes are coming from an FTP server. It might take several times of hitting the install before they actually get installed. Second note is that once you do have them installed, they're not ready to go. We do need to take another step because there's a dependency to the application, and we actually will need to go in and set up a DevOps toolchain so we can actually edit the package JSON file and do that. So go back to your application, go to the overview screen, go to continuous delivery. Now what you'll see is you'll see create toolchain. I've already created this. So when you create the toolchain, what happens, you'll get all the components, issues tracking, your Git, your delivery pipeline, and your Eclipse. You want to go into your Eclipse. You'll see it's going to set up the workspace. You're going to want to find your package JSON file. And you'll see I've added this dependency. It says Node-RED node CF SQLDB -db with the version number 0.2.27, and you can find that in the install documentation. You need to add that, and then you need to push your project back up, and then you'll be ready to go. Now go to your warehouse, and we're going to want to check to see if we're actually getting data. So you're going to launch it. And then you can go into Explorer, go to your TI data table, view data, and there we go. We have data being fed into the database. So now we want to go to our conversation service. I'm going to launch that. Now I already have my talk to your sensor JSON imported, but what you're going to want to do, you're going to hit the import, you're going to choose a file, you're going to want to go to where you downloaded your talk to your sensor master, and then you're going to want to load this talk to your sensor JSON. What this will do when you import it, let's close this for a sec, is you're going to see this actually imports the intents that you will need for the project, the entities, and the dialogue. So that's all set up. Now I want to go open up talk to your sensor, Watson conversation, copy.txt. You're going to want to copy this. And again, we go back to our editor. We go to import, go to the clipboard, and we paste it. I've already done that. And what you'll see is you will get your conversation service here. And this also includes the SQL calls to the database to pull the data. Last thing that we're going to want to do is we have to go back to our conversation service. You're going to want to go to the tile. You're going to view details, and you'll see this workspace ID. You're going to want to copy it, go back to your Node-RED editor. You want to open this Watson conversation node, and you're going to want to paste it right there, which I already done. And now we're ready to go. We're ready to test our conversation and see if we have done it correctly. To test your chatbot, I'm going to open another tab. You're going to want to paste the name of your application, mybluemix.net. You're going to want to add bot, and that will bring up your web page. So let's try it. Should get a response. Okay, ask you, do you want to know the maximum, minimum? Let's say I want to know max temperature. So there you have it. So the conversation's responded. It's gone out to your warehouse, and it's selected the highest temperature it's recorded, which was 24.81 Celsius degrees. So that's great. So, congratulations, you've just created the ability to take your sensor, collect data, put it into a DB2 warehouse, and then actually have a conversation to do it. So let's go one step further. Because the nice thing about IBM recipes and developerWorks is that this is a start, shows you how to do the basics, but you can extend it. So that's what I've done. So let me just get that up, and I'll show you how I've extended it. Okay, so here's my enhanced chatbot, and you can see I've fancied up the interface a little. But what I've actually done is, besides temperature and light, which comes in the basic recipe, I've added the ability to query humidity as well as the name of my sensor. And I've also added the ability to ask for like a specific date, or the ability to say, hey, what was the temperature yesterday? So let's try this out. Let's try humidity. Let's say I want to know, if I can only type, about humidity. So I get, okay, what do you want to know? You can see you can also ask for a specific value and say, I want, let's say, average. And the conversation does recognize like an abbreviation like average. I want to know average humidity for yesterday. All right, so there you can see it recognized yesterday was December 14th, and it gave me my average humidity reading of 19.79 with a bunch of decimal places, percentage. I can say, let's say, I want the name of my sensor. And you can see it's going to pull out of the database. It's TI sensor tag 2. Let's see. I want light data, and then let's say I want the latest light data. And so this was the last time that light was recorded. It was recorded yesterday at 1.84. Let's see, I can say I want temp data, right? And then let's see, I'm trying to remember. I think I recorded, because it only records the data from when you had the sensor on. So I don't run the sensor every day. Let's see, I want the minimum temp data from 12/4/2017. Oh, and actually, there is no data for that day, so it'll tell you that as well. Let's see, I want temp data. Let's try this again. I want minimum temp data from, let's see, 12/7/2017. Oh, okay. Well, I can't remember the last date I had, but you get the point. Is you can either enter a date or you can enter things like yesterday. But this is the way to extend that basic recipe. So have fun with it. Good luck. This has been Ed Mulder from the IBM team. It's been a pleasure walking you through the talk to your sensor recipe. Thank you.